All right, Misfits 19 is finally here. Thursday. Misfits Qatar card is finally going on. Man, I've been excited for this event. The last prediction video I did for Misfits is like 2 months ago on Misfits 18, which was a while ago at this point. So one of the main goals of this channel was to talk influencer boxing mainly, and it's became a UFC and boxing channel. Obviously, I was gonna cover all three, but man, I'm just excited for this event, man. Let's go. All right, so let's get right into the predictions. Real quick, before I get into the video, obviously subscribe. And also, the first episode of the Day One's podcast will be dropping today as of this video. So make sure you subscribe. The link will be in the description. If you like combat sports podcasts, we are just starting. So make sure you subscribe. You'll like the format, I promise. All right, let's get into the first fight of the Super Card. So the first fight is Amir Anderson versus Niraj. Now, I have not heard of Niraj, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how many people really have. I don't know if he has experience. I'm not sure. But Amir Anderson is a pro prospect for Misfits. They're starting a pro division. They're claiming that he's going to be a future world champion. So I don't think this is going to be a hard prediction at all. This may be like a squash match, WWE style. I don't know. Because I don't know what boxer just goes by his first name. That seems like an influencer thing. But I could be wrong. Because I don't know who he is. I'm not going to assume. So I'm going to guess that Amir Anderson gets a knockout in the second round. I believe that this is a build-up fight for him. They know that there's going to be a lot of eyes on this event. They know that they want to build him as a top prospect on Misfits in the pro division. So I think this may be of a toss fight for Amir Anderson, but I'm with it. Let's start the card with a knockout. I'm with it. So I think Amir Anderson's going to knock out Niraj in the second round. All right, next fight. Luis Pineda, the GOAT, versus Swarms. The two fighters on KSI's 2 fights in one night are finally facing each other. Obviously, at the time, those were not great wins for KSI. They weren't happy about that event too much. Obviously, the rest of the event was amazing. That was a great event, but those 2 fights were just squash matches, WWE style, like I said before. Pineda is obviously a pro boxer. Not the greatest pro boxer, but he's great on this Misfits scene. Swarms is coming off a loss to Ed Matthews. Not a great loss at all. But he seems determined, man. He doesn't seem like he's going into this to lose. He feels confident. But I'm not going to lie. Pineda is just too much for these influencers, especially to Swarms level. We saw what Pineda did to Ed Matthews, who also just beat Swarms. Swarms is saying they wants the Ed Matthews fight after this. I mean, if he loses to Pineda, it still sets it up, so who knows, man? I think Pineda is going to stop Swarms. I don't know if it's going to knock him out clean, but it could be like a stoppage. But I'm going to say like round 3, Pineda breaks down Swarms and beats him. Yeah, Pineda has good combinations. He fairly powerful for his long arms, I would say. When he's fired up, it's hilarious because when we saw him in the first fight, he seemed very soft, but he gets fired up, man. He starts wailing. I love it. So he loves the love from the fans. I'm sure they're going to be showering him with love because how much they love Pineda. So yeah, I'm going to be picking Pineda by stoppage. Next fight is Chase Demore versus Kells for the heavyweight title because Temple Arts retired. Chase Demore Temple Arts was a close fight in general, so I think it makes sense to put Chase in the title fight against Kells. Kells got knocked down in his last fight, but got up and knocked the guy out with a vicious right hand. He got some serious power, man. Chase Demore is Chase Demore. Man, he keeps his chin in the air, and he just relies on his size, and I don't think he could do it in this one, man. I'm a bit scared for Chase Demore because Kells can crack. But Chase is way more experienced than Kells. If Chase actually improves, it should be a problem for Kells. But if Chase Demore comes in like he usually does, I think Kells could get him out of there. I'm not going to lie. Chase isn't the hardest hitter. I know he hits hard, but I feel like he could hit a lot harder for his size if he got some more technique on his punches, more torque on his punches. And he could be. Yeah, we haven't seen him in a bit, so he could be improved. But man, Kells really had a vicious knockout. If he tags Chase with that shot, he's going down. Man, you know what? I'm going to go with Kells getting the underdog win over Chase Demore. And does he knock out Chase Demore? I'm going to say that Kells knocks out Chase Demore in round 3. And it's going to be wild. and it'll be great for this card. I feel like this card with a lot of knockouts will bring it to the next level. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Kells knocking out Chase Demore in round 3. Let's see if I actually could get a good record on this, because usually when I pick these full events, it's hard to get a lot right, obviously, but let's see if I can actually get a good record on this one. All right, next fight, Lil Croc versus Yutta Gang TV. Technically the second time they fought, but it's really the third time, because if you guys don't remember, the first fight got canceled because of bomb threat, probably in the worst Misfits event in history. Same event where they had the 2-on-1 with Fox to G, which was a disaster. But yeah, man, Lil Croc is always a ball of fire in the beginning of his fights, but he seems to trend downwards as the fight goes on. And Yutty's just consistent throughout the fight, has great striking, defense, very accurate, very fast, and one of the most skilled fighters on Misfits, pound for pound. I feel like I almost snuck him into my pound for pound list because of skill. Like, he really is skilled. But if Lil Croc can distribute these balls of fire, like combinations that he throws in, I think he could win the fight. So it is a tough one to pick. The winner of this obviously faces Dean in the next fight in January, I believe, which is pretty close. So respect to these guys for being active. This is a hard one to predict and put my hat on, man. They're both very good. The fights are close until the end, and when Yutty usually pulls it away. But I feel like Yutty will be a bit more prepared. I mean, Lil Cray will be a bit more prepared. So I'm going to go with Lil Cray, actually. And this could be a trilogy after the Dean fight. Yeah, I'm going to say that Lil Croc is a bit more calculated with his bursts of combinations, and he gets the win in this one. This one's for the Light 1 tournament final. Like I said, the winner faces Dean. That's going to be a great fight no matter who it is. But I'm leaning towards Lil Cray being a bit more strategic in this fight and getting it done. Former Golden Gloves winner. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think Lil Cray got this one for sure. Next fight, Nick LMAO versus Warren Spencer. Obviously, this was supposed to be versus Jay Swinger. I'm kind of disappointed about that. That had a great storyline to it. But Warren Spencer is a great guy to get in last minute. His last fight with Ben Williams is great, even though it was a controversial stoppage. They were both just scrapping in there. Warren Spencer is extremely game. He has a nice persona, I feel like. And Nick is very skilled. He had one of the best underdog performances in Misfits history in that first Jay Swinger fight. A lot of people feel like he won. So, yeah, I'm going to go with... Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Nick. I feel like he's a bit more skilled. But, man, Warren Spencer's scrappy nature might catch Nick. I wouldn't be too shocked if Nick got dropped in this. I'm not going to lie, just because how Warren Spencer fights. But if I'm going to hang my hat on it, I think Nick's going to take Warren to a decision and just outbox him. But I could be wrong, because Warren has a couple fights. This is kind of hard. I wish we saw Warren in Misfits more so I could give a more certain answer. But Nick has also not fought in too long. Damn, this is difficult. A lot of these fights are so close. Yeah, I'm going to edge out Nick winning this fight by decision. I feel like this is going to be another great fight. I feel like there's going to be a lot of moments. Warren will definitely have his moments. I don't think he's going to get dominated in there. I think this is going to be a great fight. Yeah, I'm going to go Nick LMAO for decision. By the way, if you hear footsteps in the background or little tippy taps, it's because this dude right here. So yeah, so sorry for that if it's in the background, but I'm not going to tell him not to walk around. So, all right, next fight will be Jarvis versus Ben Williams. Now, this is for the welterweight title. This is another one hard to predict. I think it's impossible for me to get 100% on this. Like, it really just is, because these fights are so close. Dog hair in my mouth. But, man, Ben Williams is wild. Like, he's an amateur before Misfits. And he just comes in swinging, bro. He fights a little bit too wild. I feel like that's either going to cause Jarvis problems or Jarvis is just going to piece him up. As we know, Jarvis trains in Floyd Mayweather's gym, which is crazy when you think about it. But Jarvis is a hard worker, man. He really trains. So does Ben Williams. Ben Williams is kind of like Lil Cray, but more, way more wild and a bit less technical. Oh, man, this is a hard one. I think Jarvis is a lot more composed in there, so that could be an edge. I'm going to go with Jarvis beating Ben Williams. Probably another decision, but Maybe Jarvis can knock out Ben Williams. You know what? I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to say Jarvis knocks out Ben Williams in round 3. And the reason why I keep saying round 3 is because I'm not 100% certain how many rounds they're fighting in these fights. So I'm going to say Jarvis times Ben Williams in round 3 and has a breakout performance. As we know, Jarvis lost to Gibb, but Gibb is way more experienced, and that's really all it came down to. Jarvis is very solid. So yeah, I'm going to say Jarvis catches Ben Williams in the 3rd round. And if Ben Williams and Warren Spencer both lose, then there you go, rematch right there. So yeah, I'm going to go with Jarvis getting the title. Oh boy, who's going to win this one? So it's Deji versus the Wood Savage. Now, I'm very disappointed about this fight. I made a video predicting Deji's opponent, and actually one of them was Warren Spencer that was on this card. And wasn't Warren Spencer. He actually liked my tweet saying, if you're fighting Deji, I predicted on my YouTube, he liked it, so I thought I nailed it. I was gassed. Turns out he's on the card, but not facing Deji. The Wood Savage, man. He also made a bet if he loses, he got to shave off his hair, so I guess bro's shaving off his hair. And I guess Deji's gonna do it too, so that's gonna be wild. So yeah, Deji's gonna smoke the Wood Savage probably, hopefully in round 1. Sorry to the Wood Savage if you're watching this, but we wanted a better opponent for Deji, and if Deji's really as good as people say, he should get the Wood Savage out of there quickly. Maybe get Deji a good enough performance there where this fight actually means something, you know. If he actually gets a highlight knockout, maybe it's worth it. So yeah, Deji's gonna knock out the Wood Savage in round 1. All right, next fight, HS Tiki Taki versus Masai Warrior. Now, this is, I didn't expect HS to be on this card, honestly. I know they wanted to, but like, I just didn't know who they're gonna face. So they got somebody. That's all I'm gonna say. Supposedly that he has 10 years of experience. I don't know of what, because I saw his footage on the bag and it did not look good. So yeah, I think HS is going to smoke this guy. They're really trying to make HS a huge star. So I'm assuming this is going to be a round 1 knockout for HS Tiki Taki. Hopefully it's a clean knockout because his last fight was a shit show. I don't even remember the guy's name. I don't think he's worth mentioning because he went in there for a dive, 1,000,000%. So yeah, HS Tiki Taki should get him out of there in round 1. All right, now for the co-main event, maybe the best fight on this whole card. Salt Poppy versus King Kenny. Now, they're both known for being somewhat counterpunchers, so somebody's going to be on the front foot in this fight. I think it's more likely for Salt Poppy to be the aggressor in this fight, I believe. King Kenny said he might have a Whindersson Nunes type performance. I don't think that's going to happen. Salt Poppy's way too good. No offense to Whindersson Nunes, but because he's game, but he's not the most skilled yet. But he's still new in the game, so yeah. This is another tough one to pick, but I'm not going to lie. Salt Poppy needs a win. King Kenny has some losses that he shouldn't have lost, but both of you guys taking a loss in records low-key an issue, but they're still good, like even if their records aren't the greatest because a couple losses. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Salt Poppy. I actually see Salt Poppy knocking down King Kenny at some point because Salt Poppy got some power in that left hand. We saw it in the Josh Bruckner fight, and we haven't seen it much since. I feel like this is the fight where we might see another Salt Poppy knockout. And I really like King Kenny, so I don't love saying that, but I'm being objective here. I'm gonna say, they said it's 6 rounds. I'm going to say Salt Poppy times King Kenny in round 5 and drops him. We need another big Salt Poppy performance for him to be a superstar in Misfits again, and I think this might be the event. So yeah, I'm going to say Salt Poppy catches King Kenny with that signature straight left in round 5. Man, this is going to be a good fight, though. Hoo-hoo, yes. What we've been waiting for, man. 4 years in the making. Gibb versus Slim, baby. Let's go. Now, I am ecstatic for this fight. I look at this as a 50-50 fight. If Slim has success early, I feel like Gibb's in trouble, but Gibb is so skilled now. We've seen it in the Jarvis fight. I feel like he's going to smother Slim in this fight. We'll see how Slim deals with that. I feel like that's the main indicator of the fight. See if Slim can time Gibb with his right hands. If Gibb gets caught early, he's known to come back as an Austin fight. He got dropped early, but he came back and won and dropped Austin 5 times. So maybe that could happen in this fight too. But Slim hits a lot harder than Austin, man. He He said he would take Slim's right hand to his face. Definitely don't do that. But if it goes later rounds, I definitely favor Gib. I think this will go later rounds. I don't think Gib will just be in Slim's range to hit. He's going to be in and out with forward pressure. And I think that's going to cause Slim some problems. It may be like the Saul Poppy fight early, but the thing with Gib is he's not going to wear out like Saul Poppy did in that fight. I don't think Slim's going to have time to do his annual comeback in these fights, man. I think Gib's going to apply the pressure. Slim could knock out Gib. I'm not going to count it out, but if I'm going to hang my hat on it, I'm going to say Gib brings Slim to a decision, round 8. And this will be the first 8-round Misfits fight, and I feel like that's going to be huge. I feel like this card overall is going to be, they're going to be like, these are influencers fighting. Like, some fights like HS Tiki Taki versus Masai Warrior and Pineda versus Swarms, they might be like, all right, these are influencers. But for the most part, this is going to be a very skilled card. I'm very excited. So, yeah, I think that Gib's going to outpoint Slim to the decision. I guess he could get Slim out of there. I just don't see it. Slim's tough. He has a good chin. He gets rocked, but he doesn't get drops. But Gib could hit him with volume and drop him, though. So maybe that's the case. Actually, I'm going to say that there's one instance in this fight where that happens. Where it's just not even power punches, just pure volume, just like makes Slim take a knee or something like that. I'm sure there's going to be moments for both sides in this fight, but if I'm going to hang my hat on it, I'm going to say Gib takes Slim to a decision. And man, I'm excited for this. I know that, it says the middleweight title is on the line, but it's above the weight limit for the title. Gib doesn't want the title, so if there's a moment where he throws off the title, that would be crazy. He's taking on the whole promotion. KSI is rooting for Slim. Whether it's promotion or not, that's crazy. So yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm going to pick Gib by decision. Oh, man, I'm excited for this, man. So that is my predictions for Misfits Qatar, man. This is going on during Thanksgiving, which is very dumb, but I'm still going to be watching it because it's early. That's fine. I'm going to miss my Lions beating up Caleb Williams for the first time, so I'm not happy about that, but it is what it is. Sacrifices for the grind. So let me know what you guys think of my predictions down below. Let me know what you disagree with. Let me know what you agree with. Let me know what you think about the overall card, if it's disappointing or great. Let me know if this is going to be the greatest influencer boxing event ever. Once again, if you like Combat Sports Podcast, make sure you subscribe to the Day One's podcast. The first episode will be dropping the same day as this video, so make sure you check it out. It'll be in the description. Yeah, make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. It's been kind of a slow week for me, but hopefully this week blows up my channel, man. I'm really hoping so. I really appreciate my new subscribers. I hit 100 subs. I wasn't going to make a big deal out of it because it's really just 100, but I really appreciate my new subscribers, really. You guys are a big part of me blowing up in my journey, so I really appreciate it. I really do. Thank you guys for listening to me yap like usual. Peace out.